Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Cardcraft. Thanks for joining me again today. I want to do a mass make today for my design team project for Whichcraft Do. I've gone back to one of their older kits, one of the ones that I'd had for quite a while, but I've done it a little bit differently. This is the kit that we're using. So it's Paper Bags and Tags Collection Set 1. This is a great kit because it's got all these patterns for paper bags, for tags, things like that. Different sizes, different colours. But the other thing I like in this kit is that if you look at this, we've got just plain black and white ones. So all the designs in all the different colours also come in just black and white. And that's what we're working with today. This is a really versatile kit. What I've done with this one though, is I've gone through all my brown paper packaging. Let's face it, we've got lots and lots and lots of it. There's different colours and all the rest. Some of them are my shopping bags. Some of them are just the brown paper that comes when you purchase something. Things are wrapped in brown paper. I flatten them out. I don't iron them. That's just not me. I flatten them out. They sit into a container, that white container that's sitting on my desk over there. I have them in that. From that, I've grabbed a selection and I've cut them into A4 size paper or letter size, wherever you are. Ones that'll go through your printer without mucking around and having to change settings for smaller sizes, larger sizes, everything like that. Good old basic, that's me. So I've cut a pile of them out into just normal copy paper size. Now, when you're popping them through your printer, watch your printer. Mine will work properly. It's not a big expensive printer, it's just a standard home printer. But I put them in one at a time, okay? Just one sheet in my paper tray at a time and allow it to get up. Touch wood, it is yet to come into a paper jam. A couple of times I thought I might have had a paper jam, but no. And what I've ended up with is I've printed out the plain black and white ones onto my packaging. Now it means that if my printer's running low on ink, I'm only using black ink. So I'm not going through all my colours. I can still tiz them up, for lack of a better word, but it gives you that option. And that's why this kit's so good. When I look back at it, and it's one of their older kits, and when I look back at it, I went, I've never printed out the black and white ones. Don't work in white. I printed them out on my packaging paper. Look at this. You can see it's all crinkled. Hang on, I'm going to lose some. I've got the little ones, the big ones, and we've got more big ones. All sorts of different packaging. Here's another one of the little ones. Up, and I've just dropped them all over the floor. And it worked a treat. So that's what we're going to do today for a mass make. We're going to do a pile of these. The other kit I've used, just a heads up, I did go in while I was looking back at all their old kits and all the rest, because I originally had this kit ages ago, but it was saved onto a computer that bit the bullet last year. So I've had to re-download it. But while I was there, I looked at, they've got a small kit called Steampunk something. Hang on a moment. Hang on. Oh, I should have it written here. Oh, here we go. Steampunk Collection Set 1. Don't do much in steampunk, and I don't know why I don't. But what I did with that one was that I printed out all their little bits and pieces. And that's what I want to do with my bags. So lots of little bits and pieces. They have some words, and I've printed these out in all sorts of different sizes. So there's some words there. There's some backgrounds. There's 3 different colours in the backgrounds. I've printed them out standard full page and half page to give me little ones. So I've printed some of those out. The Steampunk Collection also has a pile of tags. Now those ones again I printed out and then chucked them on the floor, and then glued them onto other pieces of packaging to use up all this packaging that I've got sitting around. So it's given them a little bit more sturdiness so that I can use those in my little bags that we're going to do. So that's today's mass make. Lots of little bags, great to have in our stash, pre-finished, ready to go. We can pick them up and just pop them into our pockets in our journals. That's today's. I hope you'll join me with it. Let's get rolling. Right, so here's some that we've already cut out, or that I've already cut out. You haven't had to just yet. So I've got a pile of the little ones, and I've got one of the larger ones. Now, as you can see again, that's done on a supermarket shopping bag. I've inked around the edges. All we're going to do with these, they're so easy to make, is we're just going to fold at this line along here. So you'll see a line along here, and you'll see a line going down there. We're just going to fold them at those lines. These things are just so easy to make. So there's one, turn it over, fold it at the other line. Just watch when you're folding, because my line, I've got a little bit further in here than in here. This one will need to go over, which is why I haven't used my bone folder on it yet, just to completely crease it down, because I just need to make sure I've got it all sitting nice and straight. That's looking a bit better. See how it lines up here now? See, I've got this. We'll fix that too. So now I'm just going to open it back out, and I'm going to fold this one over. Again, see how it's got the little line down the bottom? These are so easy to make. Great for a mass make section on a yucky rainy day, which is what we've got here today. So that's that. Now I'm going to get my bone folder, and I'm just going to push down all my lines. Now I may need to trim a few things depending on how I've folded them down here. If this wants to, see how there's a little bit of resistance there. So if I fold that all the way up, you'll see where it's wanted to curl a little bit. So I'm just going to trim section off, and usually it's because when I've cut out, I've missed the line a little bit and gone a little bit wider than the line. So we'll just trim that one straight off. You won't see any of this anyway because it's under this section. So it doesn't matter if you trim a little bit too far. That's sitting heaps better now. Technically, that's your first bag. How hard are they to make? But as I said before, because this one's a supermarket one, I've got a little bit of the green from the logo showing in there. Now I could cover all of that, or what I've been doing is just grabbing a bit of my old newspaper or book page or something like that. When you see in here, now you can put it either way, makes no difference with this one because it's over in the corners. I need to cover a little bit of that. So what I'm going to do is just tear a little section so it looks like it should be in there. And it doesn't need to go down too far. So I'm going to tear that across there. I might just ink that little bit that's torn, and I'm going to actually glue that bit in which covers that green. So it looks like I've got something that's meant to be going on the other side anyway. This glue stick's just about to finish, so we'll finish that up. I've actually got two that are just about to finish on my desk, so we're going to work on those ones. Now I want to go up there to cover that bit, and I want to go fairly well into the corner. Before that's completely stuck, I want to make sure that I've got it down and it's not folding over, like so. That folds without it fouling that too much. Just while I've got a little bit of give there still, that's better. All right, now I'm just going to trim that to the same edge as that one, like so. Right, so now when I fold that back over the way it was, see how I've got this going in there now, and it looks like it should be there. So I've got a little section on that side as well. I want to get rid of that one. Again, we're just going to do exactly the same thing. Don't need it very long, and I'm just using up my scraps that tend to sit on my desk. Just a little piece like so. Then I'll trim off the rest of that. We'll glue that one down. Just give it an edge, just to make it look a little bit older in that section. Glue this bit down, find where I had it glue before. Right. Now I've got gluey fingers everywhere. Alright, there we go. So again, into that corner, just above it a little bit, so I've got something to trim. Make sure it doesn't foul it when it goes over. Nope, that's fine. Trim that little section off, and now we've covered what would have been our bright green logo. That one needs trimming just a little bit more. How's that? How easy is that to cover that little section? And we've made this out of an old shopping bag. So to glue this down, all we're going to do is a little bit up here. Now, as I said, it's a cold and yucky day, and half the time my glue's been going, no, it's too yucky today. So a little bit there, and I'm going to pop it on the same on this side, but on the inside edge, which covers both. Straight up there, a little bit there, a little bit there. Right, put the lid back on that one. Slot that over like that. Line those ones up there. Otherwise I'm just going to have to trim them. That's fine. Fold this one up here. Little bit of glue going down there. Now we all just saw that that was running. See what I mean about the cold weather today? Nice and straight too, wasn't it? Right. So there's one bag. I'm going to do up a couple of bags really quickly, and then we're going to decorate. So once again, just in case you didn't get it the first time, we're just going to fold these. And that side as well. You can see that these are all creased where they've been folded in that box that I have for all my packaging, and they're all different sorts of packaging. Some of these, oh, that folded nicely. Some of these are, doesn't have a little bit taken off there, are shiny on one side. So when I've been printing, I've made sure that I've printed, because as I printed on the non-shiny side, because as I said before, they are, I just have a standard normal home printer, nothing fancy, so it won't print on shiny. It doesn't, that looks a little bit wonky, Kylie. Let's see how we go. There and there and there. Nope, that's fine. That one was nice and easy, wasn't it? So I'm going to go there. So easy, so quick and easy to do these bags. And as I said before, they are just such a wonderful thing to have sitting in a container, pre-done. Look, you could have them done so much that they're all decorated and ready to go, or you could just have a selection of bags done up, pre-made, ready to decorate into the theme of your current journal or whatever it is that you're doing, a folio, envelope flip, whatever. Have them sitting there ready to go, but the bags are already made up. They literally take a few seconds. So we'll do one in this one as well. I like that one. So 3 completely different types of packaging there. We're getting quite thin with this one. I think this is one of those ones, you know, where they're perforated over every so often. It's one of these ones, I think. And that bit. Let's have a look. Like so. That's looking pretty good. Let's see if we can fold this one up. Well, we know we can, so, you know, let's just fold it. Just like that. Just like that. Let's see if we've got anything mucking anything up here. Nope, that one's looking pretty good. Just give him a little bit of a crease. But you can see none of them are ironed. Look, if you iron them, they're probably going to go through your printer so much better. And you can put more than one at a time in there. Just saying. Ironing is just a little bit too much for me. I haven't ironed. I don't iron. But, you know, if you want to iron your paper, feel free. When I coffee and tea dye my papers, I don't iron them afterwards. I just sit them in a pile, a couple of piles, with some of my big, thick books on top of them overnight. These ones, yes, you'd think I would have done. I could have done that. I could have actually done that. But, yeah, no. Too much forward thinking, I'm afraid. Right. So there's 3 little bags done. Dusted. All of what? 10 minutes? So let's have a look. What I want to do with one of these is, as I said, here we go. Look, this one, I love this one. It's the bigger tags. It's very crinkled. I've printed that out a couple of times. So there's that one, that one, that one, and that one. It's like doing a jigsaw. Sliced it across the bottom and cut those out so that I've got 2 standard tags. The top ones, what I did with when I cut them out, I left the top section on here. And this one I left the side section. Because what I want to do with those, I'm going to fold this on my fold line, or my end line, whatever you want to call it. Let's go around. Yes, if I scored that, it would be easier, but if you want to score it. It will make it a lot easier for you. Otherwise, just set it down, fold it over. Like that. So what I want to do, I had a thought. I know, right? I know. So that one I can now make as a flip at the front of that. What I'm thinking of doing, I don't know, it was just a thought as I printed it out a little while ago. I went, oh, let's cut that, let's cut that, let's cut that. So, and I want this to be a short video. So, yes, I could do this on 2 different large bags, but I've only cut out one. So let's do it as a double lot. So this one could go here. Okay, to that side a little bit. And it's going to fold up. I'm thinking. I just had this thought a minute ago. This one could go there, which gives me this double layer. That one will go that way. So if I have that in there like that, that one will then fold up that way, and I've got my bag. What do you reckon? That will work, won't it? So even if I work out where that needs to go, work out that one. Let's see if we can actually get them evened over the top of them. I should be able to, shouldn't I? If that one's glued down like that, they should be the same size. Roundabout. So if that one's glued down there, that opens, and then that opens. That should work. So, which technically means I should be able to glue the both of them together, shouldn't I? So if I sit that one in there, like so, that one on there, if I glue both of those, I should be able to sit the whole thing on there. But I'm actually thinking, after all that, I might double-sided tape that. Then I don't have to wait for glue to dry, do I? I'm just going to pop my tape on there. It should be about the same size. So let's have a look. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, so there's that one. All right. Let's do this one. So I don't need that much up the top, do I? So if I put my double-sided tape there, trim that off so that I just have the width of my double-sided tape. I'll go back to here. Trim that off. It doesn't need to be that large. Double-sided tape's going to hold it beautifully. Trim off that edge for that one. Right, line these back up again. There. There. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So if I can take these off together, this is where I could get myself in big trouble, I reckon. Let's have a look and see how we go. I want to hold these at exactly the same space. Work out where that's going. That there. Top one. That one. So now what I've got is that to that. I like that actually. It has gone a bit wonky. No, it hasn't. It's sitting in there. Now there's no reason why I couldn't put a little pocket in that and a little pocket in that and then a little pocket in that. I could, couldn't I? I could. I'm not keen on that. I know this is meant to be a mess make and I'm meant to be going bang, 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 but a little bit of washi tape down there might be nice. Let's see what we've got in washi tape. What could I put down there that's only small? Something like that. In that timber might look nice. I think that one's going to be a little bit too narrow, yes. Let's have a look. What else is a narrow one that would work in there? I could put a little bit of gold into it. I really think it needs to be just a little bit wider though. Oh, I know what I'm going to use. That. It is just a little bit wider. I can't tell you where this one came from because I honestly do not know. Sorry. And I want that torn. I'm thinking. So I want about that. Because I don't want it just on that. Ugh. And I'm going to pop a little bit of glue down on that. I love washi, but I don't trust it to never come up. So it's just one of those things. It's just a me thing. Just a bit like that. Right. Doesn't have to cover all of it. Oh, that's pretty good actually. That's where I tried to tear it. That covers that better, doesn't it? So if we do the same down this side, I've got enough room there to do it. That one tore better. All right. Find a bit with no glue. Just run my glue stick straight down. Just gives it that extra little bit of comfort zone. I want this one to go right to the edge. How's that? Bit of glue in there. I like that. Yep, I do like that. But I still want to decorate a little bit of that. So, what are we going to pop on here? I'm thinking what I'd like would be, I'm just having a look at these little bits. And then I could pop one of these smaller tags in there, maybe. Yes, that would work, wouldn't it? With one of those words. I like that. Right, so that one's just going to become a pocket. So just in our U shape. If our glue works, here we go. The temperature makes all the difference with your glue. It really does. Right. So I want it over a little bit so that that tag doesn't hang out too much. Down there. Down there. There's my tag. I might have to wait until my glue's completely dried though. I want that out a little bit. And that tag will help pull that one up, won't it? I'm just going to leave that out while my glue dries. And on this one, we could do a similar sort of thing. But what I'm going to do, I do have some of that, and we could have that on this side. Or do I have just a standard? And we'll tuck some of these in. They're too big. They're fine on the outside without these being on it. So let's just have a look. Don't really think the octopus is me. Just saying. I have this one. I have these ones. Just looking for something like that would work, wouldn't it? Oh, I do have two balloons. Let's leave it at the balloons like that in the different colours. They would work with that. So I only wanted a little bit of that. Do I want those colours? No, I needed that size. So we'll just a bit over an inch wide, I reckon. And I'm just going to tear that off. So about 1.5 inches. I can tear down further if need be. I like that bright colour. I do like that bright colour, but then I'm going to have to do 2 tears, aren't I? And that's just laziness on my part. Right. Let's see how that goes for size. Not too bad. That'll tuck in there like that. That'll tuck in there like that. Happy with that. Happy with that, and I can put another word on that. I'm just going to get rid of the white on that one where I've just torn that. And we'll turn that one into a pocket as well. There we go. Helps if I take the ruler off the desk, but that's fine. Use my wording on there as a guide, hopefully to keep that straight. That one hasn't been edged. I thought I edged them all. Just to get rid of the core colour where they've been printed on plain white cardstock, these ones. That'll go in there. That'll go in there. Well, let's go back to our lovely words, which I had cut out. Yeah. Oh, here we go, look. Oh, look at these lovely words. Aren't they wonderful? So I'm thinking imagine on that. It does go in a little bit, doesn't it? So let's find another little piece of packaging in my bits and bobs sitting over here that if I adhere it onto and give it a border, it'll just allow it to pop a little bit. So if I layer it onto that, these are just the bits that I've got left over from where I was cutting them into A4 size or standard copy size. And I think Imagine works really well with those balloons. Just grab my cloth, like so. Put the lid on my glue before I forget. Right, so if I just give that just a little bit of a border, like so. This is not a very good mass make one, is it? Sorry. I'm not very good at this bit. Funny sizes, you see. Funny shape. I do them in their separate identities. How's that? That works a bit better. Might have to go back and fix that first side up. Just a little bit. And back to that one. That looks a bit better, Kylie. But if I give it an edge, it's still lighter, and it should make it pop. Yeah, see, that allows it to just sit out just a little bit better than it was. So just the standard glue stick for this one. This glue stick's got more in it than I thought. I'm upside down. And crooked. Right, so that's that one. Now I wanted one of those on this tag, didn't I? So my tag in here, like so, but I wanted Journey. I've got two there. Journey and Journal. Do we do the same thing with that one? Because again, it's not popping wonderfully well. He's been inked already, so I'm just trying to find a non-sticky part. Alright, because we're on a roll now. Okay, I'm just going to chop that off. Move that one over there. Just a little bit of a border. As wonky or whatever as you want. There we go. So I've learnt this time. I do the sides, the ends separate. Look at that. That gives it such a better shape. Alright, a little bit round the edge, just so it's not quite so stark. That's just me, sorry. Alright, I want this one right at the end, but I want something off that. I really think I want something. I like that, but I've got more of that down here in a in the rest of the. Here we go. Pull the sleeves back up. Right. What I want is just a strip down there. I might need my bigger scissors. No rhyme, no reason, just or do I want to put a hole in it and tie that? Let's do a hole. So let's just do a hole with that. That's my bigger one. It's a smaller one actually, but anyway. There we go. In there. It's not what I was imagining, but it'll do. I just want it grungy. So, I don't want it too tight because I want it... Yeah. That's more what I was imagining. Something wispy. So whether that even needs that word on it now. That wasn't the word. That was the word. No. I'm just thinking, I still like that. I just don't know if it's doing it for me now. Because when I take it out, it's right up there. If I have it in the centre where I'd need to, I'm not going to see much at all, am I? It's not going to fit that way. It would have if I didn't. It's just... Just had another thought. I've got lots, I can cut them out again. It's alright. But I've got a grey section on the centre. And we'll just... My scissors must be so gluey, they've got so much attached to them. Right, that's made that a little bit smaller. That now sits there and I'm happier with that. I'm just going to get rid of that white. Okay, so the other one will be used for something else. Right. Yeah, I'm happier with that. Because otherwise I couldn't see any of my wording, or not enough, and if it was, once the tag's out, it needed to still look all right as well. So tags in there like that. That one can go there like that. I'm happier with that. What about you? So we've used up our packaging, and yes, that still needs something on it. Then again, it could always have that on it, couldn't it? It could actually. That's a different colour again. That might be nice on... Oh, here, we did do one up. I'm going to attach that one down there like that. It's not a mass make, sorry. I'm sorry, it's not a mass make. That's going to get tucked in so that I can have a tag in there. I am so sorry. No mass make today. So what do we call it now? Mass make, not a mass make? A Clayton's mass make. Can't be, because I'm not actually having a mass make. Oh, I missed a bit there. Tuck that down. So what do we call this now? It's alright, it'll come up on the title. I'll think of something. Alright. So straight today. See, I just can't help myself, can I? I want to go down there so that none of that is showing once they're finished. Gives me room for a tag in that. That one should hide that. And hide that. I'm actually liking this. I know, surprising. I know. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That can have something in it. But it can have something else in it, like these larger ones, I'm thinking. And I could back those in something to actually make a journal card that comes out, couldn't I? So again, I could go. Here's my larger piece of that, which does blend it all together then, doesn't it? I would need to put it on a bit of packing tape, packing paper. Hang on, very quickly. Let's have a look. So this needs to be, I've got glue there and glue there. So we're looking at no more than 3 inches by, and I want it to come out a little bit so that you can see it. So about 2.5, 3 by 2.5. That'll work. We'll go that way. We'll go that way. I want that one. That's my pre-cut one. So let's find one that's not already cut. That should be a... See what I mean? How they're perforated already. I will do it in this one. Oh, you should be perforated just there. Yep. I'll use that one. Close that one back over. So, what did we say? 3 by 2.5. So I got 3 there, well and truly. So I want 2.5 here. Two and a half. Chop that. Can anyone see that top mark? There it is. New glasses, and it obviously still doesn't help. Right. By 3, I need to trim that little section off. Oh, it's just too much glue on here. Right. By 3, this is a inch one. 1, 2, 3. Double check that. Yep, we'll just go down there. And I'm just going to check that this fits. If we can find that. There we go. Might need, it'll move, but it might need a little bit once it's got more sections on it. But that's out about as far as I want to see, and it'll still get covered with that one. So yes. I'm going to go this way. I'm just going to adhere it onto that, and then I can trim them down before I put my little ephemera piece onto it. Right. Maybe we could just call this Digi kits and paper packaging. Right, so that gives us something to write on as well with our journal card. I'm just going to trim round that. I'm going to use my big scissors because I get a better cut with the big scissors. Alright. Than I do with the small ones. When I'm just doing long straight cuts, I would much prefer my big scissors. Move that one back over there. I had so many of these printed out to do this mess make. Ah, well, Carls. I like that. I do like that. It does still fit in there beautifully, and there is still a little bit of rocky room. So, and I want it out like that. Is that going to cover that? Almost. Just about. So I'm happy with that. It gives me enough room to pull it out. Just scrunch my edges where they're torn or they're at the edge. Right. So that's that one, because I like this section down here. It's going to sit in like that, isn't it? So that means that I can work out where this one's going to go. Technically, I could use one of the smaller ones. Do I want more of that blue or less of that blue? I like that one. I do like that one. That's a me one. So we might just go with the first one. We might just go with the first one. And we might just get rid of that because there's now just a little bit too much glue on there. Right, and this glue stick is still going. Unbelievable. All right, ready, 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 ready. And this might have to do us. And then I'll show you the ones that I was making whilst playing earlier on, or last night, when I started printing these out and went, I wonder if I can do this in packing paper. And I'll show you the ones. So I did do a couple. All right. So that's that one. That's that one. Like so. That's that. That's that. Do we like that? So Digi kits and paper packaging. There we go. So I'll show you the ones that I did up with the same kit. So I did do one of the little ones up with these ones that are in that Steampunk Collection as well. Some of the backing papers, a little bit of cheesecloth, the wording, and one of the tags as well, of course, been backed onto some paper packaging. But that one is just one to slot inside a pocket. Here's my large one. Again, I've gone and put some of my newspaper in there because I like my newspapers in there. And this one had the logo inside it. So you can see on that side the logo's there, but you don't see that from it. So I've just put it where the little bit of green was coming up. I quite like this one because it had that wonderful number. And that was just the backing paper again, and one of the large ones. The large ones work really well on these bigger pockets. Two different kits, remember. Paper bags and tags. Set 1, I think is what I said, didn't I? Hang on. Paper bags and tags collection set 1. Yes. There it is on that one. And I printed off so well. And of course these ones are from the Steampunk Collection, which I've got here. Steampunk Collection set 1. So as I said before, I printed in 2 page and then I printed 4 page. So I had all these different sizes in that one. Or you could print 1 page and have them even larger. I do like playing around with different sizing and all the rest, and how many sizes I can get on my computer. So I'm just going to shuffle them over. We'll sit these out. We will say goodbye. Hang on. No. Push them all over. Push them all over. Push them all over. Never went back to that one, did we? Am I down one? One? No. Because that one we didn't do a mass make of. We just kept working on it so that it flips over. It flips up. And then we've got that bit in there. I hope you've enjoyed this. This probably needs something on the front of that too, doesn't it? Yes, it does. It's all right. I'll keep working with that one. I don't know how I'm going to photograph that anyway. So, Digi kits and paper packaging. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks all. Bye.